I will be reacting to people's tier lists online. Let's see what these people who play video games for a living, like I strive to do, let's see what people already in my dream position have to say now that we've gone through every mechanical detail and compared the best of the best to each other. Let's find out. Find out. For now, I'm going to... Let's first get rid of that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this tier list here for reference. And I'm going to look up Valheim weapon tier list. Oh, this one's from 7 days ago. GameWith.net. Okay. Here we are. I'm gonna need to put some jazz on or something. Holy shit. I need to have some calming music because I'm already having a virtual aneurysm here just looking at this. Ah, oh, man. That is awful. Okay. A bronze sword. The bronze sword is the top of S tier. The black metal sword is lower in the list than the bronze sword. The fine wood bow is higher on the list than the Draugr Fang. The Draugr Fang and the black metal sword are direct upgrades to the fine wood bow and the bronze sword. What is this? Is this supposed to be on aesthetics? No! Most powerful weapons. This is posted on August 26th. I'm not agreeing to your fucking cookies for that. At least you have the battle axe in B tier. Holy shit. Get the spear out of here. Porcupine? Iron Acure above the black metal Acure. What is wrong with these people? Frostner not being second place concerns me. I'm glad that it's high. Why is the Sagbreaker above the Iron Sledge? Why is it so high in general? What is going on? How did they conduct this? Ooze Bomb above anything? Black metal knife at the bottom? Why is the Abyssal Raider above the black metal knife? What the fuck? The club. Imagine the club above the black metal knife. Tierless criteria! Oh, we get something. Something. Resource collection. Takes time. Weapons that can be crafted easily rank higher on the list. Easy to use, simple is better. Complicated movesets can help you in battles, but having too much can be a burden. Can. This language is atrocious. Can we focus on an objective list, please? Can we try to be objective? This is clearly subjective. Can help you? Can be a burden? Get good! I have like 400 hours in Valheim. It does not take me that long to get good. It took me like 10 hours to get used to the system. For it being my first PC game ever. Getting used to WASD for the first time ever. Ever! It probably didn't even take me that long. And getting used to the complicated stuff? Yeah, that's included. Super easy. I just got used to the battle axe yesterday. Yesterday. And getting used to the timing of switching from battle axe hit to like Frostner hit or any other hit takes a second to learn. But it's just that. It takes a second. It's quick. Anything complicated takes quick. What is the complicated moveset? What is so complicated that has... What is complicated to a point of having to move shit around and like quantify tier lists based off of complication? What is... What? Great stats and usefulness. Not all weapons are created useful. Weapons that offer better stats and effects are ranked higher. No, they are not. No, they aren't. The bronze sword is above the... No, they're not. Best weapon tier list. Find out here. This person's probably using the Draugr Fang. Wait, no, this... I think that stance is a spear stance. Ugh. But no, it's not. Like, it's not. It really isn't. Because, like, the spears should be way higher if it was easy to use. Like, I don't... Rating 4 stars, bronze mace. Best early game weapons. Ah, maybe we can get some proper information. Bronze sword. No, fine wood bow. Fine wood bow. Look at the damage. It's 3 less damage before arrows are calculated. Which means it's more damage and from a range. Pinewood bow is just better. Just way better. Sneak attack enemies from a distance. This is silly. Stagbreaker above the axe? No way. No way. Silliness. Although bronze sword is the best melee weapon in the tier. It is. I would not recommend in a party of 5 or no, in a party of less than 5, I wouldn't recommend ever going swords. Because you'd have your club person who would go maces so that you can get good for Frostner. There would be bow, the ranger, for bows, using fine wood bow. Everybody would have a fine wood bow anyway. But primarily fine wood bow and a knife on the side. There would be... Oh wait, no, yeah. Yeah. Copper knife is actually better against enemies, except for like 1 or 2 star Grey Dwarf brutes and things. Then the sword is better. But most of the time, the copper knife is actually going to be better than the bronze sword. Even then, the third party member is going to be the Adgear person. Fourth party member is going to be the Trapper with axes. It's not until you have 5 people that you'd want anybody going swords. They can be the Destroyer Executioner with high damage per stamina, to capitalize on all the debilitations from the previous 4. No reason why the sword should be this high. Ridiculous. Great for parrying. It's the same on... What? It's the same as the mace. It's the same. In fact, the maces have more utility for leeches, which is super relevant at this phase of the game. It's the same damage. No. Silly. More combat-oriented weapon compared to the bronze axe. This is correct. It doesn't tell you why, but it is correct. This is not correct. With its thrust attack, you can easily kill enemies, which means the stagger is irrelevant. What staggers enemies is the Adgear, without killing them. And then you can get bonus hits off for extra damage, which is really good. This kills enemies. The sword is the executioner weapon. It is designed to be swift and efficient damage per stamina to kill enemies quick, although it is not as efficient per encounter percentage as the copper knife. Most of the time, the copper knife is going to be way more efficient. You're going to be better movement speed, because the sword has more movement speed reduction than the knife. And the drift of the knife, the movement forward, is going to allow for more consistent combos on enemies like Grey Dwarf Shamans without getting hit by their spray. You can drift into them and not get hit by it in the early game. You can drift and push them forward and hit them and effectively move out of the range of their poison spray at the same time. That means that versus Grey Dwarfs, Trolls, and Grey Dwarf Shamans, 1-star Grey Dwarfs, and anything that you can get a sneak attack on, like a Brute or a 1-star Shaman, the knife is going to be better. Only anything above that, the sword would be better, and even then, you can just parry a Brute, parry a 1-star Brute, and let the mace do the talking. And you get better rewards for it later on, because if you invest in mace, you get better Frostner. So, this is just silly. Okay, use against skeletons. And Draugr. And Brutes. And Shamans. And 1-star Shamans. And Leeches. And Draugr Elite. And Blobs. Bronze Maces are really good at this point in the game. You want that type of weapon. Bronze Mace over Bronze Sword, absolutely. The investment is too valuable. Vinewood Bow, this should be number 1, easily. It is worth investing. It allows you to fire elemental arrows at enemies. Yes. Extremely useful when fighting bosses taking out. Yes. But if this just said, It is worth investing in this weapon as it allows you to fire arrows. It would be making just as much sense as this. In fact, you could just say it is a bow and it functions like a bow. And put it at the top. And you wouldn't need any further explanation. Dagbreaker, what did I have to say? Dagbreaker is for the blunt weapon in Valheim. You can make a club before you can make a Stagbreaker. Has this person played Valheim? Or just talked to people that have played Valheim? I really don't understand. You know, I really didn't want to go into these tier list reacts having a Game Giorno's bad mentality or narrative. They're making it very difficult. Very difficult for me. Late game recommendations. Hey look, some good examples. Frostner, Grografang. Boo. Boo. Get out of here. Shouldn't be ranked higher than these. Currently the strongest blade in the game. From a stats perspective, yeah. But the black metal knife has more unique utility than the black metal sword. You will find more unique utility that can't be outshined from the knife than the sword. And considering they're both blades, the knife is the best blade in Valheim, the black metal knife. Silly. Has the same... let's go back over here. Has the same controls, you mean moveset, as previous blades. Deals more damage, more so if the enemy is staggered. This can be removed. This makes it seem misleading, as if it does super extra damage to staggered enemies, but it doesn't. It does normal extra damage to staggered enemies. Just like every other weapon in the game. Totally misleading. Also requires a workbench. Is super misleading as well. This requires a forge. And you need a blast furnace, which requires an artisan table. And you need, for linen thread, you need spinning wheel, which requires an artisan table. So, I don't know why this person's just saying requires a workbench. Porcupine is a mace weapon that deals both blunt and pierce damage. Hits hard is ineffective against fullings. It also does not require black metal to craft. This is just stating basic facts about Porcupine. Like, okay, it does both blunt and pierce. Why is that relevant? The sword does slash and then sometimes pierce. You gotta explain why that's relevant. The pierce can be a troll killer. Really good. Knife is a better troll killer. So, sword not that good. Why does blunt and pierce matter? Oh, I accidentally clicked on that. Why does that matter? I'll let you know something. At this stage in the game, it doesn't. By the time you get Porcupine, damage types like this, fullings don't give a shit about damage type. Lox is resistant to frost, but not freezing. So, freezing damage, still the king. Otherwise, Lox don't really give a shit about damage types. Just smack them until they die. I've gone with my friend, both of us with Frostners, And we just took out a whole field of locks, just for fun, with Frostners. They resisted our every hit, but they couldn't do anything because they were slow and useless. Too slow to do anything. We just took them all out one by one, and we must have killed like 12 or 15 of them. So, Blunt and Pierce, totally irrelevant at this point in the game. In fact, I'm pretty sure Yagluth is resistant against Pierce. The only enemy where damage types are relevant at this state in the game. Let's find out. Do some good old proper research. I love these names. Nova, that shit's cool. Very resistant to Pierce. Tell me why a weapon that's part blunt, part pierce would be any good at this point in the game. It's not. The Iron Mace is better than the Porcupine at this point. Versus Yagluth. If we wanted to talk about damage types and where that was relevant. But if damage types aren't relevant, then we talk about what is, which is the moveset. The moveset of the Porcupine is just worse than the Black Metal Sword. You already know what I think about the Black Metal Sword. But Porcupine, big trash. Requires a forge because of the silver. Stop lying. Draugr, best weapon in the game, bar none. Currently the strongest bow in Valheim. Could have just left it like that. Adds dot, yep. For more damage, not even a recognition to the frost arrows. Not even the slightest nod. Disgusting. Frostner, very versatile weapon. You mean the best melee weapon in this game. 3 types. The most versatile weapon in the game. That's not what makes it versatile. That's not what makes it versatile. The frost damage debuff makes it versatile. Silly. So silly. I'm just gonna zoom by. Recommended weapons, Draugr, thank you. What? Oh, Moder, Look at this. Look. Bow? Spear? Spear bad. Don't go spear, do club. Do club or axe or anything but the spear. Bow. Mace. Bow. 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 Frostner. Why isn't the bow, the Draugr in particular, the #1 weapon on the tier list? If it's gonna be bow on some fist of the nose hair type shit, bow. Why isn't the bow the #1 weapon in the tier list? This makes no sense. Also, needle arrows, maximum damage. There's only the slightest of nods. The frost arrows for bone mass and Yagluth. That's it. For the most OP mechanic in this game. It's like, oh, they're good, pretty good. Guys, the frost arrows are good too. Yikes. Next one. What's the next one? We're up paper shotgun. Let's do it. Whoa, okay. Oh, God. I don't care. I don't care about that. Stop. Stop. I don't... Hey, this is correct. Spears. All arms and B tiers below sledgehammers is dumb. Axes being this high is stupid. Polearms below swords is ridiculous, but let's see what this person has to say. Oh, strongest range attack. Yes. Accept. Secondary lunges forward. Yep. Devastating upgrade. Yep. No secondary. Yep. 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 Mazes are technically clubs, according to this game, but sure. But technically, like, sledgehammers are also clubs, so whatever. Okay, Stagbreaker, best early weapon for Valheim. False! The best early weapon is Vinewood Bow. Is somebody gonna take the Froster pill? Best club in Valheim. Best melee weapon in Valheim. Come on. Somebody's gotta say it. If somebody ain't saying it, it's gonna be me. Well, I've already said it. Okay. Best sledgehammer in Valheim. There are only 2 sledgehammers in Valheim. Why does this need to be said? Porcupine, best mace in Valheim. The Frostner is technically a mace. Or a hammer, or whatever. They're categorized in the same thing. Why is Porcupine being said differently? Anyway, what does this guy say about Frostner? I didn't kind of checking out already from this guy. Frostner has no secondary attack. Wrong! Wrong! Has this guy even played the game? Frostner has the same uppercut sweep as every other club but the actual club has. He's not even played the game. Frost also spirit damage with every swing. Incorrect. It only does spirit damage on undead enemies. Also, no talk about wet enemies. No talk about the kiting mechanic, the kiting techniques and strategy that you can do with it. No talk about the knockback. No talk about the slowing down debilitating. Nothing. Fail. Best knife in Valheim. No shit. Best spear. This is silly. Silly. Like the beginner's guide. Alex, best axe in Valheim. Correct. For once. Correct. Another judgment call. Black metal axe does more damage. And it can be used to contend at you could contend. Is this gonna be like a, well, this is my opinion and we're gonna be super subjective about this, even though that the game is hard coded and not beholden to our thoughts type of tier list? Is this what this guy's going for? Even though the developers spent hard time and effort coding the game so that it doesn't change, so that weapons don't glitch out and change differently from server to server, from world to world. Is this what's gonna happen? Are people gonna say that, like, oh, it's just my opinion, even though that there's code that, like, can definitely be tested in the game? Like, there's objective code. Stop with the, yo, you could contend. No, you couldn't. You couldn't do shit. The game doesn't rely on you or me to be as it is. It relies on the code, which is or isn't something unless it's glitching out. Do people really not understand how code works? Battle Axe's high parry force. Parry force. Parry force. Just equip a shield. Just proactively, it has that thrust in the mid-range. Keep the enemies at a distance. It's a zoning weapon. Zone the enemies. Why would you need a block with the black metal axe? Or with the battle axe? Why would... At least he's coming to the right conclusion. But... Crafting station level 2? Required station level 2? What station? I'll answer it, it's the forge. At gear, best polearm, yes, of course. Rografang, best bow, and yep. Silver arrow, best arrow, no, it's not. Technically, frost and poison arrows deal higher total damage, but that's over a period of time. Here's 62. Here's 52. Spirit only applies on undead enemies. So for most of the encounters, especially in the mountains when you first get it, it's going to be Pierce 52. Needle arrows are 10 more damage on most of the encounters at this point in the game. Absolutely the strongest? What a joke. Person like hasn't played the game. Zero testing. Sincerely doubt this person's played the game. Just looking at the wiki, taking screenshots. See, this is the same screenshot over and over with this, with the pictures clipped in. It's the same screenshot. Best utility weapon, harpoon, correct. It's like the only pure utility weapon though. So it's default the best. So this is basic, beyond basic analysis. Phoebus was just whatever. He's just actually no. He's pretty good arms. Rocket League. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Not. That's whatever. Oh, I can already see this one has some problems. This is the Valheim in candidates for deletion. Good. It might as well be deleted because, yeah, Draugr, yes. This is nonsense. Frostner should go up. These should go down. Black Metal At Gear needs to go up. Fang Spear needs to go way the fuck down. No, way down. Battle Axe needs to go up. Sledgehammer can go down. Why did they call it Sledgehammer and not Iron Sledge? Bronze At Gear above any of these. These bronzes here. Like, really though, like, At Gear, the bronze At Gear, bronze knife, and then whatever you're investing in. So if you're investing in the mace for Frostner, or the axe for the battle axe, like, you do that. But seriously, the At Gear should not be this low among the bronzes. Or among... Like, wait, why is the At Gear so high? Here? The Black Metal At Gear is above the axe here, but the Black Metal At Gear is below the... Or the Bronze At Gear is below the Bronze Axe here. How does that make any fucking sense? Is not a necessary page. It really isn't. Like, this is really bad. What is the strongest weapon in Valheim? Iron Sledge. It has the actual strongest weapon here. In the picture. The Draugr. Why is it saying Iron Sledge? It has the melee weapon, Frostner. Yes! Yes! Vindication! Oh, I said earlier. I said it. The community knows. The community knows. Two-handed? Two-handed. Gaming top 10s. Gaming top 10s. Let's go gaming with top 10s. Oh, just enjoy. Yeah, well, we'll see how much joy will be just in me after this one. I don't know. This is just a flavor introduction, whatever. Bronze sword. This is already not gonna be the best. Okay, so there is more than 9 weapons better than the bronze sword. So I don't understand how this is gonna go. Bronze mace, battle axe. Oh, battle axe in somebody else's top 10. Finally. Sweeping attack. Sweeping attack is terrible. Backhand stroke, overhand smash, quick forward stab. The quick forward stab is the only thing to talk about. Iron longsword. It's just called the iron sword. They're just called swords, not long swords. Please. Plus they're arming swords, not long swords. Long swords are strictly two-handed historically. Pain. Pain. Tagbreaker at number 6 above the iron longsword is incredibly painful to see. Above the battle axe is also painful. Black metal knife, seeing recognition is good. Axe above the knife is foolishness. Frostner at number 1. Thank fuck. The black metal accurate not being on here is foolish. Also the Draugr Fang? Oh no, this is melee. Powerful two-handed. Two-handed? People have not played this game. Not played this game at all. Two-handed. Two. Oh, two-handed. Two-handed. It's not two-handed. Do your research. Play the game. May not be Mjolnir, but you'll find that Frostner makes a close companion a deadly tool. Correct. Conclusion. Not interesting. Okay. Valheim tier list. Game rant. Or gamer ant. Let's find out. That's cool. Oh my god. Fuck you. I love this image composition. This looks really good. Ah, misleading spear. I hate it. I hate concept art with misleading art on it. Misleading concept art is the worst. Bad. Bad. Good. Good. Also, wait, no. You can't two-hand something while having a shield on your back like other games. Bad. 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 Bad concept art. Trolls. S tier. Aha. Oh. Yes. Yes. Fang. Arguably the most powerful bow. Alongside general damage boost compared to its ranged peers, those additional poison. Stacking dots make for great. Yes! This person is explaining everything perfectly. Oh, frost arrows! I am very pleasantly surprised. Black metal sword. Okay, you lost me. Lost me a little bit there. Ooh, that's not good. Whoa, okay. It can also be used with a shield, unlike some other ones. A very powerful build. Yeah, but it's not the best. It's not S tier best. Again, I'll get to the party dynamics in just a bit. You gotta be 5 players deep for the sword, for a sword and board player to be optimal. 5. It's your 5th option. A sword is made relevant by the Frostner. Same with the Porcupine. This is silly again. Matches with damage. Is this guy gonna just be like, it's damage? And not just like considering damage per stamina or damage per stamina per time? Like, really? It's fast for its damage. Yeah, so you can't deal unlimited damage per time. You have stamina. It has to be looked at through the lens of stamina because that's how the game functions. Frostner. Of course. Frost and bludgeoning. Again, spirit is only available some of the time. Frost slows enemies? Oh, it's the first mention of the slow effect that I've ever seen in a tier list. Wow. The best and most powerful mechanic on any weapon is to slow enemies down in this game. I can't believe it took this long. Allows players to effectively manage the ongoing waves of enemies that define Valheim's combat. If this doesn't make it S tier, I don't know what would. Second best knockback in the game. I could really change the tide of battle. It could literally change with the tides, because you can knock them into, or you knock enemies back into a river, and just default kill them, basically, with extra damage. Which makes it even better damage per stamina wise than any other melee weapon. And allows for combos. It makes every other melee weapon a better weapon. It is the best. 3 damage types, yeah. Oh, not even Iron Sledge. Oh, not even Not even Black Metal Knife, and you've lost all the credibility. Whistle Harpoon, yes, agree. Flint Axe, not even Black Metal Axe. Depressing. Ugh. 7 best options, and this will be the last one. And I'm gonna switch into party dynamics. Whoa, get out of here, pop-up. Weapons, yeah. C tier, we're going C to S. I like that. Fang Spear, thank you. Fang Spear at the bottom, thank you. Spears aren't the best, correct. The range is underwhelming, it is. Can be difficult, yes. Matter of taste, more difficult to master than swords. This is true. Not only are they more difficult to master than swords, but they're worse than swords, which are already 5 players deep in terms of relevancy. We're adding it here. When it's one of. It is the best spear in the game. You don't need to one of. Piercing isn't that useful against many late game enemies. It's fine. It's just shit versus Yagluth. But then again, spears are bad in general, so who cares? Add in the range issues that the weapon class has in general. It only has melee range issues. It has solid, like, long range effect. But you can lose it, so... Outclassed even though it's the best of kind. Yes, Black Metal Knife. I would agree. I'd also put Black Metal Knife in like a lower tier. I think I have it in C tier or something. Correct, I do. Damage is low, however, it gets a sneak attack. Yes. Stagbreaker, stop. Stop putting the Stagbreaker above the Iron Sledge. Especially above the Black Metal Knife. Get that shit out of here. Also, linking people's early videos when nobody knew anything about the game. Bad luck. Draugr should be the best. I don't no mention of frost arrows. Alright. Okay, keep on moving on. Black Metal Sword above the Draugr is a joke. Also, thrust axe can stun enemies. It's kill. They kill enemies. It kills enemies with the amount of damage it does. It's supposed to kill them. You one-shot a falling after a parry. You one-shot a 1-star falling after a parry. You deal immense damage to a falling berserker after a parry. You destroy stuff with the sword. It is not about stunning. Frostner, S tier. Why is the porcupine above the Frostner? Also, split damage. You just said piercing was bad. Piercing is bad against late game enemies, but here's the S tier weapon and it's like split with piercing. The #1 ranked weapon. No internal consistency whatsoever. Trash. Okay, so what did we learn? We learned that while a lot of people do recognize the power of the Frostner and the Draugr, a lot of tier list websites have no internal consistency. They have no basis on the reality of the game. Some of them even talk as if their personal opinion dictates the game more than the code of the video game. Absurd. Absurd. And that's my reaction to Valheim weapon tier lists. Ugh. And next, Valheim party dynamic.